Everybody, Jamie Pate here. Welcome to this video. The spirit of the season is taking over, not to mention the arrival of a new baby in the family. So let me show you what I've got in mind today. Okay, there's a couple things going on here. Honestly, it's been a minute since I've had a time to just be in my studio and play. I've been gone all week, and I'm helping with brand new grandson. And so I came home and I realized, oh my goodness, this most lovely love you heart die is a freebie for a couple days at ScrapbookCom. So I wanted to pull it out, and I've been playing a lot with the new mixed media paper. So this is what I've done. We're going to make a banner. There's a banner I want to make for my grandson, and I'm loving these greens and these blues right now. I know, traditional Valentine's, but sometimes you just can't. Sometimes you just got to do what you want to do. And so this is what I'm going to do. I am inking up. Well, I've trimmed this piece of paper to like 3 1/4 by 3 1/2. This is the mixed media paper, brand new, coming soon, something like that, to scrapbook.com. And I love heavier weight paper for this very thing right here, the holding of the ink and the stamped images. I'm going to add some stamping in this too, because we're going to make these little cutouts here. Let me grab one. Careful, Jim. I'm gonna make these little cutouts here, but I just thought it'd be fun just to give them more than just a solid color. And so, and there's some more that's gonna go on with this as well. So hang tight as we do this. As best as is my ability to do today in making this sweet, festive, for any occasion kind of craft. And literally, we're just crafting today. There's snow on the ground again outside. I'm pointing to my outside. It's like 10 degrees. It's like we're just in the middle of it. And so I'm here for the crafting. And sorry for shaking my camera. I don't want that yet. I want this. This is what happens when you talk and you make at the same time. You don't know what you're actually doing. So I have taken this piece of mixed media paper. I've inked it with bundled sage, and then I'm going to stamp it with this grunge stamp set in places. And so that's fun. And then I'm going to come in here with another one of the stamps from that set, back with the bundled sage again, and just going to kind of put these ring marks everywhere. It doesn't totally matter where they are, right? Because we're going to be cutting this out. And so it's just going to be part of the background. We're just making a background. Just making a background, which is super fun if you don't really know what you want to do. This other color I'm using is Evergreen Bough. And just re-ink that. I'm just going to give one impression here of these letters, kind of in this lighter part over here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this other piece of paper. I need about 2 more, I think, of my heart. So I'm just going to do it again. So the thing is that we as makers, we have the ability to make stuff. It's really cool like that, right? We buy things. Sometimes we hoard them. Sometimes we actually use them. I'm always going to encourage you, use the things. It's super easy to use ink, right? Because ink lasts a pretty long time. You consume it, but you don't consume it super quick like a sticker, right? It's super easy to use stamps because you're not consuming stamps. And so stamps are here for all the things, including making baby banners that are hearts. And then, of course, the dies. We always need the die. So this die, like I said, what's it called again? It's called the Love You Heart. It's for a couple days. It's free. It's like they're just giving it to you at scrapbook.com. I mean, like, I don't even know. But after that, then it's still available for purchase. So it's still going to be there. Something my daughter and I were talking about when I was up there, and you know, when there's babies sleeping and there's toddlers playing, you just tend to kind of slow down a little bit. So we just had a nice chance to just kind of sit and chat. And you know, the reality is babies and kids get lots of stuff, right? Trying to figure out Christmases and birthdays. And so we got on the subject of making. And I started to say, well, for those who are creative, ... And then I stopped myself because we're all creative. We're just creative in different ways. And like my son-in-law piped in and he's like, I'm creative in that I really listen to what a person wants, and I really work really hard to find that. And bonus, if he can figure out a way to make it, right? So I thought that was pretty cool. I love that insight. But the thing is that we as makers have such the ability to make things and to give them away, which I think just creates, I don't know. I don't even have words for it. Because I want to say it just creates more love. I don't know if it creates more love. I don't know if that's actually true. So I don't really want to say that. Meaning? Maybe it creates more meaning for the maker, us, who's doing the making. Because there's this whole meditative quality to making something for someone, and you're not actually talking into a microphone, videoing as you're doing it. You can just think about the person that you are giving for. Okay, so we're going to have a little bit of shakety shake here as I run this through, the dye through the mixed media paper. Mixed media paper is thicker paper, right? Because it has to be able to hold inks, paints. I got a glitter brush here. It's, kind of like a watercolor kind of thing. It needs to be able to hold those things. So, did I go all the way through here? I can't remember. So, it's a little thicker. So, what I am choosing to do is run the dye through onto the paper, like 2 passes, which makes it 4 times. So that's my suggestion. Also, I suggest, because we are cutting on an inked paper, just clean your plate in between so you don't get more ink in other places that you might not want it. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this off real quick. And here's the thing. We're going to be using this too. How cool is that? It's so cool. That's how cool that is. So see how relatively easy. It helps too to have a more of a fresh magic mat that you're cutting against. I tried this a couple different ways. I also tried it just cutting it before I even inked up the paper, and that was okay. I found that I liked the hues of the ink better when I did this, when I inked it first. Plus I just enjoy the inking part. I just enjoy the whole therapy part that comes in when you are doing inking. Okay, sorry for the shakety shake. Here we go. And I think my battery on my camera wants to die too. I'm trying to just do this video here in one pass. I haven't even been home long enough to recharge my battery, clearly. So that might be a small hiccup here. Ooh, okay, so I'm only doing 2 of these right now. I told you I already had 4, and I think I want 6 total hearts. Oh, but we're still going to need to cut something. So we're going to do that. So see, I just think that actually for as delicate and intricate a die that this is, I just think this cuts really nice. I'm super happy with that. Super happy with that. Okay, the other thing too I wanted to share, there, of course, with the love and the L and the O and the E, I'm trying to think what else. I think it's just those letters. There's a middle part to them, right? So I could go through and poke all those out, but I'm not going to. Nope. I kind of like the surface that it gives a little bit more color, and I just don't want to go to the trouble of cutting all that out. So what I'm going to do now, I have these new, I saw these dies at ScrapbookCom, and it's like oodles of these hearts, which I'm like, I will use these hearts all the time. So I cut this one away and this one away already. What I'm going to do here is, I thought in between this banner, like this, that I would then have this heart like that. And it's going to have a little bit more surface to it. It's not an outline, it is a solid heart. So that's what's going to happen there. So I'm going to kind of try and I'm going to do this in 2 passes. Where'd my other heart go? Oh, does this not happen to you too? I have another heart die here. You're probably, there it is. There it is. I want to pop this up here also and do these at the same time, because I thought maybe, well, I just have room for more hearts. So I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and cut another one. I might still use that in the midst of this banner. So, okay, do we stay here for all of this cutting? Do you want to do that? This won't require 2 passes. it's just going to require one full pass because it's just a solid. I think this die over here was being intricate. And did you hear that die fly? It flew somewhere. I don't know where it flew. So we're going to have to find that. That's fun, huh? I think so. Where did you go? There it is. All right, so I know we're not always a fan of speeding things up, but I think for the sake of just cutting solid dies here, we are going to go ahead and speed this up. So thanks for letting me speed through getting those basic hearts cut up. So let's see what we have here. I'm going to just lay these out. What's going to happen in terms of actually getting this attached? Well, I'm going back and forth. I can sew it. My only thinking about sewing it is that I think I'm going to have a lot of loose thread, and I don't think I really want to do that. So I'm changing my mind about the sewing. And I realized on some of my hearts I didn't do a great job, and I kind of chunked off a little piece of them because I wasn't paying attention. So we'll have to do something about that. So I wonder if instead I'm going to come along here and attach these and then run a string behind all that. What do you think? What do you think about that idea? Yeah, I need one more of those hearts to finish this. And then just for funsies, what do we think about this here in the middle? This is super delicate, which I'm here for that. I love the delicate part, but I'm just wondering if we just want to add just a little bit more to it. So I have plenty of these small hearts, just to give it just a little bit more weight. And I know you can't see. Let me adjust this here. Let's just pull this over. There, that's what that looks like now. So with that in mind, I'm going to pull my silicone mat back over because I am going to glue this, but I don't want to get the glue onto my actual craft mat, and it will just come right off of the silicone mat. So I'm going to add glue. Add my heart here to this little peak, and then I'll bring this together here and try to make it even. I'm going to do glue here and here. I'm not really worried about how much. Oops, you can't see what I'm doing. I put it here and there. I'll move this up here. There we go. That's a little better. And then the only thing that's not going to be real time now, because, you know, part of me wants to do this with hot glue, because hot glue makes this quick, fast, in a hurry. And so this won't be quick, fast, in a hurry with regular glue. But I realize not everyone is a fan of the hot glue like I am. But I do have another thing we can do here while this is drying. So in the meantime, let's do this, James. Let's not use so much glue. And your glue time, your dry time, will be a little quicker. Novel idea. See, you can teach the old girl new tricks. It is possible. Then I'm just going to lay the string behind it when I get to that part. And I'm probably just going to use my twine that I'm always using. And I have a link for a twine like that. I will definitely link that. Now this one here is a little bit different color, and that's fine. I'm going to embrace it because it was one of the first ones I did, and I inked it after I cut it, which turned out fine. So I inked it and I stamped it just like I did when I had the little 3 1/4 by 3 inch pieces of paper. So it worked out just fine. but I had more fun. This was a kind of a personal thing. I had more fun adding in the inking up a background, plus then it gave me these pieces here, right, that I could go back in and die cut from. So yay for that. All for that. All for that. Okay, I'm gonna grab another piece of silicone here that I have, and that way I can continue this banner without it getting on my map. So I think you kind of figure out how this is working here. I know. What does she do? She now is adding glue to the heart. I know. I can be really inconsistent like that. It's a real thing. So there's that there. And basically just need one more. And what I'm going to do with this one, because I got that, this is the one with the chunk out of it, I'm just going to clean it up by trimming it up. So my heart's going to be a little bit smaller, and that's going to be okay. This has sort of a whole organic vibe to it anyway, by virtue of adding in these other hearts, by virtue of the color, and you can't even tell that that's what I did there. Love that. So a little dot of glue, little dot of glue. Oops, that's not a little dot. I'm going to clean that up and add that there. Do you find, a lot of us here in the States have, and as well Canada, if you're watching from Canada, do you find that when it gets cold and chilly outside that you are more prone to making the crafts and wanting to do something like that? I am. It's just like I can almost, like, the summer is hard for me to stay inside because I want to be out. I want to be out. I want to be at the park. I want to be hiking. I want to be at the zoo. Whatever. There's nothing about me right now that wants to be outside. Like, nothing. For all you of my friends who live in Alaska, God bless you. Okay, so that's going to dry. While it's drying, I am going to then see if I can't add some of these sequins on here. I have, this is a new craft pick from ScrapbookCom, and what's really cool about this is that it has like a waxy kind of a tip. It's super coolio. So I thought I could just throw some of these on here. I thought I had some hearts. I do have some hearts in here. Yeah, see how great that picks up? Can you see how great that picks up? I'm a fan. And, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to add a little of this sequin to the little heart. So I think it's easier to add glue to the heart, the big heart first, and then come in and add glue to... What did I say? Okay, say it again, Jane. All right. I think it's easier to add glue to my paper heart than add glue to my sequin. So that's what I'm doing. I'm adding just a dot of glue. And what we're probably gonna do here is, you can see how this is going, right? So my images at the end will show this all completed. We're about done with this. I don't think it really needs any more. I'm gonna add it to some twine, but you probably want to know how I'm doing that, don't you? But we gotta wait for it to dry, so it's a bit of a dilemma here. A small dilemma. Can you see when yeah, we're still on screen here. Add a dot of glue. There we go. And you could also, if you have sequins of any sort, you could also add them to the heart, the die cut heart. Where'd my heart go? Where did my heart go? Okay. Ta-da! Love it, love it, love it. Love picking that up. So easy. Love it, love it, love it. I think I have one more heart in here. No, I don't actually. Oh, I'm just spilling my hearts everywhere. And I have one more there. Let's give it a dot of glue. All right. There we go. Ta-da! Then you have a pick and on the other side, so just for this reason, you can go in and kind of move things around exactly where you want them. So I'm going to let that dry, Then we will add it to our twine. Okay, I made a decision. Here's how we're going to add our string. I'm just going to add string to the end because the way I gave it that construction there in the middle with the hearts, it doesn't need a string behind it. That's kind of how I typically do banners. Man, I used to do banners all the time. Do you do banners? I'd love to know. Do you, and maybe because my kids were littler and I just did birthdays, like it felt like nonstop. When you have 5 kids, there's a lot of birthdays in a year. And so then it became, graduations and whatever. So I just used to do these all the time. And so to not have done it for a little while, I think I'm a little rusty. And that's okay. We had fun, right? Thank you for watching this. I really do hope you find some fun inspiration. This would be beautiful. I say the same thing every time because I just want you guys to know, even though I pull out the little crafty time, I'm always about the story and the journaling as well. And I have my one word book in the midst, and we're going to be pulling that out here pretty soon. I'll probably add something from this to that, from this die set here, because it's just so beautiful. And I don't know, I'll figure out a way to add it in. And plus, who knows, you might be seeing it before the season is through. I am actually probably going to need to, just so you know, I'm probably going to need to redo this heart over here. It actually tore on me. I don't know if I just got rambunctious with it or not, and it doesn't want to play nicely. So we're going to fix that, and then you will see how this finished up in the exit video. Then you're going to see how this finished up as we exit out of this video. So thank you so much for watching. You can find all the supplies down below. I would love a thumbs up if you found some value in this today, and I'll see you in the next video.